Hi and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be learning how to make this capsicum using gouache. Today we'll be learning a little more in detail about layering and some blending techniques. So the first thing we're going to do is draw our capsicum out. I'm using a 300 GSM gouache notebook to do this particular drawing. So draw it lightly, don't draw it too dark, don't leave a lot of pencil marks, and then you can use a kneadable eraser to remove all the extra lines and to also make it a little lighter, because sometimes when we use gouache in a watery way your pencil lines will show through, so we don't want that to be seen. So the first thing that I'm doing is making a very smooth and a watery blend of yellow for my background, and I'm going to paint that around. I like giving this interesting blend of having a very watery background and a very light finish for that, which is almost a translucent layer. And then I like making my main object, which is in the center, a little more detailed. There will be a lot of layers. There will also be a lot of creaminess to it as compared to the background. So this is a contrast that I like to play with gouache. So try and experiment as much as you can, and you will enjoy the process of painting. After adding the green, I'm now going to mix a little bit of the red, and I'm going to start painting the capsicum. So for doing this, the lines which are there are very useful tips for us. So just go around the lines first, paint around them, use a little bit of water to blend it in a little bit so that it doesn't stand out too much. So if you let it dry for too long, there would be very stark marks over there, which we don't really want it to be there. If you're using a 300 GSM green paper, which is cold press, you will not find it very difficult when you want to maneuver it. So if you want to add a little bit of water, you can still do that. However, if you're using hot press paper, you may find this a little difficult to blend it in after it has dried. So the difference between these two papers, if you're new and you're not sure what is hot press paper and cold press paper, hot press paper will be very smooth surface. Cold press paper, there will be some grains. So when you see this particular video, when it is in close-up, when it's showing the capsicum in close-up, you will notice that there are some grains which are seen on the paper. So these rough grains really help you to blend your layers of paint together. So this is very good for beginners and also for intermediate level. Once I added the base layer, I've added a little darker color also. So you can make darker red by either adding a little bit of brown to it or a dash of black, very little. Do not too much, because the color contrast would be a little too strong. So you always start by adding very little color. So you can go multiple layers over here, like how I've done. Right now mine is a brownish blend where there is a little more black and a little lesser red. So that's how you build up your colors. Do not go to contrast. With gouache, you still have the freedom that if you make a mistake, you can paint all over this and then paint over it again with the right shade that you want to. But to avoid doing that, you can just make sure that you go layer by layer in terms of your color shades as well. So I'm adding a little bit of darker green right now to finish up my capsicum. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you're new over here, do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I put up a new video. Thank you so much. See you for the next tutorial.